Dzień dobry.
Hello. Hello, welcome everybody. During my presentation, I will show you how Żabka Poland, within the transformation, the digital transformation that we have, has implemented an electronic signature. My name is Mateusz Benyk, and I'm an IT manager. And my place in the structure of the company allows me to cooperate with my colleagues and improving efficiency of our everyday work. Some of you probably know Żabka Polska, Żabka Poland as a company, so maybe I will just quickly remind you the most important information about Żabka. We have now almost 6,500 shops around Poland, which are managed by almost 5,000 franchisers. According to studies, 12 million consumers has Żabka closer than 350 meters. We are right now the largest convenience network in Europe. And what you may not know about Żabka Polska is that this is an organization which has a diverse franchise-based structure. We have almost 6,500 shops around Poland, stores around Poland, which are managed by 5,000 franchisers who are supported by several hundreds employees of local offices. We help them grow their sales, improve quality of their services, our services, and we have logistics centers employees and headquarters employees working with them who interact with them. And during those interactions, we have a document flow, sometimes in big numbers and sometimes in great distances. So why does Żabka need electronic signature? Mostly to support its growth. We want to develop our chain, and in order to develop our chain, we also need to develop our franchisers, grow their number. That will increase the number of our users. The more users, the more difficult and overloaded the internal processes are. So we need to design them to make them scalable and prone to everything that's going on in our organization. We also want to be open to what the future and surroundings brings. For example, like in the beginning of this year, although this is not the only case, but the second reason why Żabka Polska needs electronic signature is to provide legal safety to our franchisers in contact with us or with outside entities for Żabka Polska, with franchisers and outside entities, and to the duo that we are with the administration and outside entities. That is why we chose qualified signature in this case. We use Simply Sign from Asseco Data Systems. Why we decided to go for this service? Because we know the needs of our organization. So we defined our business goals in this project, and among those goals we had implementing a signature that would support the processes of growth and operations in our company, like everyday operations. We'll provide a tool that is modern technology and easy to use, and of course, a solution that will guarantee safety and legal security based on like a water signature. We defined our goals, so we knew what needed to add in such a scope and our project. The first point of the project was to have a qualified e-signature for all our franchisers and chosen employees of Żabka Polska. Other than that, we wanted to create a system where our employees and franchisers could work and sign documents. So to implement a system for a workflow, for a document flow, we also wanted to choose processes where we could implement the signature and where we wanted to start our work with e-signature. And finally, with all the healthy change management system, we could not have had implementations without providing manuals, instructors, and trainings for our users. So we started the implementation by changing our processes to make sure that our franchisors from day zero would be able to work with an e-signature and would be able to sign documents, we have changed the franchisor's onboarding process so that it would require having the signature from the very beginning of the work with us. So the first agreement, franchising agreement, could be e-signed by our franchisors. If they already have e-signatures and they can sign documents, we can also sign any other appendixes and changes to our agreement, to our contracts. With such a system implemented and live, we could have provided it to users inside our organization, in our headquarters. The system is very easy to use and user-friendly. It helps you create the document flow manually, so headquarter employees can use it as much as they need and the way they need it. Well, so how to issue 5,000 signatures to franchisors who are all around Poland and at the same time do it in a limited time. In order to do that, we created a national operators network, over 350 people who have been trained during 14 trainings, knows how to verify identity of a user, knows how to train them in using e-signature and how to issue such a signature. All those operators were equipped with tools that helps them to go through the entire process and improves their everyday work and other responsibilities. And we have also given them instructions and manual that helps them to guides them through a verification process, training in e-signature and issuing e-signatures in time less than an hour. I think it's quite an accomplishment. Okay, so we already have over 5,000 users on board with electronic signatures issued. We had to provide support for them. An interesting process is renewing the signatures in case a user forgets PIN number and they block their signature. Thanks to the process that we have, a franchisor that reports such an issue within 2 working days from reporting the issue will have a new signature with the support of our national operator system. Thanks to that, none of the processes are at threat or prolonged because of the lack of the signature. Of course, all the users are supported with our hotlines, both the signature users and our operators. Within that support, we also collect feedback from our users in order to make the service better or provide them with information that they miss. So in such a way, based on such information, we have created a dedicated website about electronic signature where our users can find information like how to sign a document, how to check if my document is already signed. They will find answers to frequently asked questions, and all the basic information are there. Other than that, we also use everyday direct communication with them in order to increase their knowledge, to build their know-how about e-signature and about the entire service. How much did it take? Time-wise? Well, generally, we can say that starting and implementing the service was a year and a half, but as early as May 2019, we have signed an appendix to a contract, a franchise contract, and as of February 2020, we have been signing all franchise contracts with e-signature. So as of February 2020, every new franchisor that signs contract with us receives electronic signature from us. It took us a little bit more to issue e-signatures to franchises who are already part of our chain because of COVID, unfortunately. But I will show you briefly that the e-signature was COVID-proof. Because what did we manage to succeed with? We have issued a signature of over 5,000 users, so 5,000 people who can sign something at Żabka with an e-signature. And since we're already talking about it, about signing, we have signed over 60,000 documents from the beginning of this year. We have created a Polish-wide operator network who provides support to our users or who can re-verify their identity should it be needed. We have implemented a workflow system, document flow system, which was also provided by ASECO Data Systems, which is called a Signer. We have noted some advantages straight away. Money-wise, because we can count how much we've saved because of not printing documents, we do not use energy, time benefits, because we proved that signing a contract with as e-signature is 75% shorter than the time that is needed to sign a regular traditional agreement contract. And of course, the resources, since we're not printing documents, we don't have to file them, and since our specialists don't have to spend so much time on working with paper documentation, they can sacrifice their time to something else. And we have also shown that an e-signature is COVID-proof. When we were all locked down and everybody's activity was limited, we could continue our growth thanks to e-signature. We were able to limit the number of meetings with our franchisors to the minimum, the bare minimum, and provide maximum security during such contexts, verify the identity, and everything else could be done online without putting anybody at threat. And the very end, which is last but not least, is our impact on environment. Thanks to using less energy, smaller usage of paper, we have a positive impact on environment, and it is also very important for us as an organization. And because of that and all the other issues, we have not stopped our work. We still want to use this service farther and farther and prepare new paperless processes. Even at the moment when we are talking, my colleagues are working at a phenomenal implementation that will allow us to save up to one wagon, like train wagon, of paper monthly. So I do hope that shortly this will come up shortly, and you will be able to find those information. Of course, we want to grow the awareness of our users and grow their know-how about e-signature, which we certainly hope will be also translated on our environment. We know that physical users of e-signature have different knowledge about it, and public administration employees have different know-how about e-signature. That's why we are hoping that the knowledge that we disseminate and try to popularize in everyday context with outside environment will also flow to all the people involved, all the agents involved. So we have issued 5,000 signatures, signed 60,000 documents, but we aim higher, and we want to be even better in our result when it comes to using the e-signature in Żabka. Thank you very much for your attention.